Sorry.
Raise up your head. What's that?
You say no more. Somebody was advising that you should say no more.
Because I follow police.
Fake alerts, like we have said, they use them for sundry suspects, including a female. This set of suspects here specialize in carrying out all kinds of hackings. They hack into people's business emails, hack into people's Facebook emails. They monitor your transactions, more like eavesdropping into your transactions. And when it is time for payments to be made, they have the capacity to divert those payments to their preferred accounts. And as a matter of fact, some of their targets in the course of this investigation includes some big-time multinationals, big-time online retail companies, as well as both domestic and international businessmen. Also, a lot of them here are specialists in the use and the manipulation of the online dating sites, a practice that in this part of the world is called romance scam. They target lonely and sometimes desperate widows offshores. They operate their accounts under fictitious names and bogus claims, sometimes presenting themselves as British citizens, American citizens, U.S. Marine personnel, U.S. soldiers personnel, the oil workers, and the rest of them. The lady amongst them is an IT specialist who does a lot of online editing for the boyfriend who is clearly a Yahoo boy. They go online, get people's passport photographs, usually America and British passport photos. The data pages, and then they edit them to read their preferred names. The truth is, these suspects are bringing a lot of bad image to our country, and we must continue to work with other relevant stakeholders until we make this country and this part of the world too hot for them to operate. A lot of them here also have been in and out of EFCC detention facilities. Some of them have also been in and out of prisons, and yet they remain recalcitrant in continue with this business. For now, I will request all of you to raise up your head while sitting down and remove your mask.
For 1 minute. Oh yeah, remove your mask.
In our avowed commitment to continue to fight all manners of crimes and criminalities in the country, and also to continue in the best tradition of transparency and accountability to keep citizens abreast of emerging crime trends and patterns, so that citizens can learn from the antics of these criminals and be able to take proactive and preventive steps to ensure that they do not fall victims to these criminals. Today, we are presenting before the media a total of 24 suspects, including a female, one female. These are all suspects that are linked with different types of cyber crimes, online scams, dating scams. Some of them are experts in generating and transmitting fake bank alerts. Others belong to international syndicates that work with their collaborators offshores to move money fraudulently and criminally from one part of the globe to the other. Some of them also use names of prominent and sometimes not too prominent Nigerians to open fake Facebook accounts, establish fake foundations, open bank accounts in favor of these foundations, and then prey on the generosity and kindness of innocent Nigerians to extort money and then criminally divert same for their personal use. A total of 16 laptops of different makes, 37 mobile phones of different makes, 11 SIM cards of different telecommunication networks, fake dollars and other currencies. And when I talk of dollars, I'm talking of fake United States of America dollars, because there are also other countries that use dollars. Dried weeds suspected to be marijuana and other incriminating items. In order to ensure that we are complying with the protocols in combating COVID-19, we're ensuring that the suspects are presented to you in batches so that we can respect the social distancing rules. And the first batch is a man, 54 years of age, from Enugu in Enugu State. His name is Chukwudi Odo. Chukwudi met a Filipino young woman sometimes in 2017 online. They developed a social relationship, and then by November last year, 2019, he managed to lure the young woman, an accountant by profession, all the way from Manila in Philippines. The young lady flew a total of 23 hours before she got down here in Abuja, linking up with Chukwudi in what was clearly an apparent but an unsuccessful search for love. Chukwudi eventually took the lady down to his village, where he kept her incommunicado for nearly 6 months. She was malhandled, maltreated, physically and sexually abused, until police operatives from Unity Police Station in Enugu, led by the DPO Superintendent Isiga, acting on intelligence, eventually led an operation and rescued the lady. As at the time she was rescued, she was already in a very bad shape physically. Police operatives rushed her to hospital, the teaching hospital in Enugu, where she was admitted for about 11 days. Today, the young lady is hale and hearty. We've established contact with the Philippine embassy here in Abuja, preparatory to the young lady be reunited with her family. Chukwudi is here. Chukwudi, put on your mask and stand up there. Is that Malam Aminu Ado, also known as Al-Amin Yerima. After the death of our dear Chief of Staff, went on to impersonate the widow. He reached out to prominent Nigerians asking for donations to enable him organize special prayers for the soul of the departed. And in the course of doing that, don't mind them. In the course of doing that, some of the prominent Nigerians became suspicious and reached out to us. He's with us here. He has been quite cooperative with the investigation and held back no facts. He is 58 years old. He had also had a stint with EFCC in 2019. He was charged to an Abuja High Court. He was convicted, but was in prison for only 3 months as a result of the plea bargain that he successfully initiated, or was initiated by his lawyers. Today he's here with us. He will talk to us very briefly. And again, also allow you to have a special session. But you see that the fact that he used a female voice, he installed an app that changed his voice to a female voice, and that clearly shows you that there was a criminal intent. Thank you for coming around. Holding fake alerts. Fake bank alerts. The implication of this is that if you are the owner of a shop, a car mart, or whatever business you do, you must be mindful of people that walk into your shop and tells you, I will pay online, check for the alert, because some of the alerts you get will only last. In fact, there are no alerts in the real sense of the word. They are pseudo alerts. They are fake alerts.
No, it's alert, but no money, no cash backing.
In the criminal world, it is called breeze. They call it breeze. And 4 of these suspects, all young males, Usigbeme, Bolivia, Maradona. Stand up.
Remove your man so they see you very well.
Remove your man. These 3 brothers are actually they are chronic fraudsters. They've been in and out of police stations, in and out of court. They've also been in and out of prisons. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, they opened a fake Frank Mba Foundation and also opened an account with FCMB known as Frank Mba Foundation account. And they went to the Facebook and then other online platforms and started soliciting funds from Nigerians, projecting themselves as humanitarians who are working obviously with Frank Mba to raise funds to support and help vulnerable Nigerians who are impacted adversely by COVID-19 pandemic. Luckily for us, our online intelligence monitoring team uncovered that plot before they could wreak much havoc. The case was quickly assigned to IRT and investigation into the case commenced in earnest. Because we were dealing with serial fraudsters with a lot of experience, it took quite a lot of hard work and time before 3 of them were eventually closed upon. When they were brought here, we discovered that these were the same set of fraudsters that had in the past impersonated Abakiari when he was an assistant commissioner of police. This same syndicate had also in the past impersonated the deputy commissioner of police in charge of peacekeeping, DCP Sadiq. This same syndicate had also impersonated the Inspector General of Police in charge of Ghana. In fact, they were arrested. One of them was arrested in Ghana, and you can still find stories of that incident online. As a matter of fact, we projected this possible rise in cyber crimes when we carried out an analysis of possible scenarios at the beginning of COVID-19. And like we projected every single thing from cybercrime to sexual assault to domestic violence, all these projections are indeed have indeed turned out to be true. Our advice to Nigerians is, as much as possible, don't believe everything on the social media on its face value. As much as possible, try to conduct background checks, investigations. 90% of the claims on the social media and other social platforms are things that are not either exaggerated or absolutely false or sometimes malicious in nature. They will be speaking to you, but we will do everything possible to ensure that we get a conviction this time around. Thank you.